U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and British Foreign Secretary David Lammy made a joint visit to Kyiv, Ukraine Wednesday. At the news conference with newly appointed Ukrainian Foreign Minister Antony Blinken affirmed the United States and Britain's backing of Kyiv's defense.
Here today, the United States, the United Kingdom are united in support of Ukraine and its success. Putin will not outlast the coalition of countries committed to Ukraine's success, and he is certainly not going to outlast the Ukrainian people.
The Ukrainians thanked the U.S. and Britain for pledged additional support of nearly $1.5 billion in aid, much of it to go toward the energy grid. However, Ukraine repeated its request that restrictions be lifted on striking targets deep in Russia using Western weapons, like the U.S.'s ATACMS and Britain's Storm Shadow missiles. Their use is currently limited to Russian targets within occupied Ukrainian territory. On the day of the visit, 17 former American and British diplomats and military leaders published an open letter urging Blinken and Lammy to change the weapons policy. U.S. lawmakers from both parties have made similar appeals to the Biden administration this week. Ukrainian lawmaker Vitaly Petroev pointed out that lifting the restrictions was essential for Ukraine's defense.
I believe at this stage of the war, one of the key issues which should have indicated a change in the United States' approach to this war is the possibility of using, including American weapons, against targets deep within the Russian Federation.
This week, U.S. President Joe Biden said his administration was working on the possibility of lifting these sanctions. Irian Korotnitsky, a non-resident senior fellow at the U.S.-based think tank Atlantic Council, argues that changes in Western policy are necessary for Ukraine to either secure victory or force Russia into a peace agreement acceptable to the Ukrainian people.
The only way it'll work is if Ukraine has the capacity to disrupt Russia's economy by hitting its power infrastructure, and long-range missiles are needed for that.
Russian Duma Speaker Vyacheslav Volodin said Wednesday that if the U.S. and its partners allowed the use of long-range weapons, Moscow would consider the United States and its allies as direct parties to the war. Ukrainian MP Petroev argues U.S. leaders to stop fearing escalation and to look at the big picture.
Only after the military defeat of the Russian Federation in this most aggressive war will there be a chance for us to return to a world where international legal acts are respected, where adherence to international legal norms is possible.
Blinken was due to stop in Warsaw on Thursday to meet with his Polish counterpart and reaffirm the U.S. commitment to collective defense and NATO. Miroslava Gongadze, VOA News, Warsaw.